Alright, hey guys, Alex here back again. I'm going to be doing a Q&A session right now. Let's get started. My friend Dominique asks, what is your diet like? Well, for some of you that may or may not know, I am a vegan, which means I completely abstain from consuming or using anything that comes from an animal, whether it be dairy, fish, meat, leather, wool, satin, silk, etc. Fur, anything at all. I don't use, and for most, it's an extremely tough lifestyle. It's very strenuous for most people for whatever reason. For me personally, I've been one for almost around 5 months now, and it really wasn't that challenging. Personally, at least, it wasn't very challenging for me, but pretty much my diet is a plant-based carbohydrate diet, mainly focused on carbohydrates. I consume, anywhere around 400 to 550 grams of carbohydrates a day. I drink at least 160 fluid ounces of water. It's extremely important to be hydrated, and it's extremely important to drink a lot of water. It reduces a lot of health issues and lessens the chance of many other, biological dysfunctions, as well as it's good for weight loss as well. But specifically what I eat, I might save that for another video, but I'll just give a vague, broad generalization. I eat a lot of beans, legumes. I eat a lot of vegetables. I never eat anything canned. I eat a lot of, broccoli, spinach, a lot of really hard leafy green vegetables, a lot of fruit. I love fruit. Who doesn't? And people will always claim, you can't really get very strong or muscular without eating meat, which is complete BS. You can do anything as long as you're committed to it, as long as you're willing to put in 110% effort and dedication. You shouldn't listen to what people tell you. As far as that goes, you can do anything. As long as you stay committed to it for a long, extended period of time, you can accomplish anything. And personally, I would say that I like this lifestyle better than someone who's a meat eater or even someone who's a vegetarian, because they can still eat, cheese, milk, eggs, etc. Or a pescatarian, which is someone who doesn't eat meat but they still eat fish. You may claim, we're at a disadvantage, but I think that's even more so beneficial to becoming a stronger individual and strengthening who we are internally and externally. It's just another obstacle you have to overcome. In order to receive enough protein for your body and muscles to repair themselves, it's extreme. It may be difficult. I admit it is a little difficult receiving enough protein on a daily basis, because they're incomplete sources of protein. Plant sources of protein, and stuff like beans and bread and rice and just those sorts of things have incomplete sources of protein, and it's very hard to keep that kind of balance. But I would highly recommend for anyone to become a vegan. It's simply amazing, and you'll feel 1,000 times better especially if you do it correctly. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to make sure you have your micronutrients in check. And you need to supplement certain things such as calcium and vitamin B12. But that's another video. I went on a huge tangent just now, just talking about what I eat. Yeah. Next question. It's from my buddy Forrest. What do you think? Or do you trust any part of the government? Very good question. Typically, I don't really trust government as a whole whatsoever. And I really stress the importance of having a small, centralized government and having just, the control of the country in the hands of its citizens, as opposed to an oppressive, large, federal whole government. But I would say If there's anything of government that I like, as far as federal goes, I don't think I would have anything positive to say. But I do have something positive to say. Separation of powers is extremely good, I would say. I love there's power of the state, there's state and there's federal laws that differentiate from each other. And I just love how laws can be designed specifically for a certain region of the country. And I love that it's just the right balance of power. Next question is where did it go? Okay. Oh, there's a lot of questions here. Okay. Let's see here. I have a couple more left. Have you ever been in any kind of altercation involving a gnome, a snowman, and a giant eagle? Not that I know of, although I do believe that it is completely possible that something of the sort could happen. Who knows? My friend Remy asked, what do you view Obama as? Whew. Well, right off the bat, I always knew that Obama was a total fraud and liar. It has been documented and on record he has lied on several occasions, politically and socially. Now, he is blatantly obviously, he's obviously a coward. He's obviously a liar. Whether you support him or not, you have to accept all of the bad and poor decisions that he has made. And you really should look at this kind of situation like this, What good has he done? And even if he has done any good whatsoever, does it even come close to the amount of damage and bad that he has made in this country? You should ask yourself, does the good outweigh the bad? In this case, I would say definitely not. I'd say the bad decisions he has made are far more horrible. And I kind of lost my train of thought, but you know what I'm saying. The decisions that he has made have done so much more damage than good, pretty much, in a nutshell. And not to mention all the unconstitutional things he has done as the president. One obvious example being the National Defense Authorization Act. Just for an example. That's just one example. But overall, in a nutshell, he is essentially at the end of the day, he's a puppet. He's a figurehead. He's just an icon. He represents, this entire messed up, horribly flawed system that we have chosen to live in, essentially. Got a question from my buddy Heather. If the koala's pancakes, he jumps on 3. Who got to Mars? Allah did, of course, in case you didn't know. What is your favorite game to play and why? This will be one of my last questions. I think the most timeless game in the world would either have to be Tetris or arguably Super Mario Brothers, the original, or one of the first 3 originals at least. But if you're talking about modern games, my favorite modern game to play, I would say the most timeless modern game that is my all-time favorite, and that will never get old, would probably have to be between the Half-Life 2, Team Fortress 2, and Left 4 Dead, bar none, for obvious reasons. Continue. Are you gay? No, I do not partake in any homosexual activities, sir. Are you a level 48 warrior? Actually, no. I do not like to be classified as a warrior because it is not accurate to my persona. I would say that I'm actually a hybrid of two different individual classes. I'm a battle mage, a hybrid between a warrior class and a wizard or mage class. Do you have rigid nipples? No, I do not have rigid nipples. Why are you less Alex than Didymus? I'll think about that one. Why does your last name rhyme with epididymis? You know, there are several extraordinary amounts of words in the English language and words that have been in the plane of existence ever since mankind has been around. It's not some sort of phenomena that I have a last name that rhymes with another archaic word. That's my answer. Next question. What is your ethnicity? I am a mix between Hispanic, European, and a few other things. I'm actually not quite sure myself. Well, that's this Q&A session. See you guys next time.